Hello guys, this is Mohsin Azam interacting with you from my YouTube channel Business Innovations. Today we are going to start our 12th lesson of Planning Engineer and Primavera tutorials. The topics which we will discuss in today's lesson will be filters in Primavera P6 and group and sort in Primavera P6. So first of all we will start with filters. What is filters? Filters are used in Primavera to display a specific information from the project schedule. You can create any filter according to your need. Also, you can make combination of more than one filter using all and any conditions. Filter can be accessed from view tab or just click right in activity window. So this is one of our schedule. We have a start milestone here, and then we have a number of activities, and we have a finish milestone. So now if we want to see any specific information from this group of activities, we can use filters. So filter can be accessed from view tab, and from view tab we have here filter by, or just by right click in the activity window, and here we will also find filters option. So both option you can explore. So we will go to filters now. In filters we have here one checkbox. This is all of the activities, means if you apply any filter, this checkbox will disappear, and here for any filter, these are some sample default filters which we will discuss. But if you click here a tick mark, means this filter is selected now, and all of the activity checkbox, the tick mark from this checkbox will be disappear, because you have now one specific filter selected here. And here we have show activities that match all selected filters and any selected filters. So here all selected filter and any selected filter are the two options. This we will discuss now how we can use. So I will click here all of the activities. See, now this checkbox is disappear and all the activities in the schedule will be appear. I can click OK to close this window, and I will open here. You can apply more than one filter at a time, but keep in mind that all the selected filter will show the activities satisfying the criteria of all the filters, and any selected filter will show the activities specified the criteria in any filter. Reference figure in the next page. So this is the same figure which we discussed in Primavera. We have, this is the filter window, and we have here show activities that match all selected filters, means that if you want to apply more than one filter here, so, and if your option here is all selected filter, then your schedule will filter only those activities where this filter which we are applying should satisfy all the conditions. Means that if you have three or more than one filters, so those activities which satisfy all the conditions will be displayed, and any selected filter option will give you the list of activities from the schedule for which any of the criteria in the filter satisfied. So here, to define any filter, first of all what you will do, we have some default filters also. These default filters are completed activities, in progress activities, not started, not critical, critical activities, and longest path. These are the default filter here which you can find: completed, critical, and then in progress activities, milestone, non-critical activities, normal, and not started activities. These are the default filters in Primavera P6. But if you want to define your user defined filter, then what you have to do, you have to click here new. By clicking new, a new dialog box will appear, or you can, if you want to edit any current filter, or if you have any filter and you want to edit it, you can click the modify button to modify the filter. After defining the filter, select the filter you want to apply and click apply. So after defining any filter, you have to click here the tick mark, and all the activity tick mark will be disappear. So now the specific filter will be applied, but will be selected. But if you want to apply this filter, you have to click apply here. So this we can try from Primavera P6. Here I will click right, and I will go to filters here. So here we have some default, as we discussed, we have some default filters. So for example, if you want to see the critical path from your schedule, so by clicking this critical path. Now it is selected and you have to click apply and OK. So if you see here, now this is only the critical path from my schedule, which is started from A followed by C, H, J, L and finish. Now if I go to my filter again, and if I want to remove this filter, I have to click all activities and apply, so the filter will be removed. Now if I want to select or summarize all the activities which is falling on the longest path, I can select the longest path by clicking check mark here and by clicking apply. These are now the activities. These are the activities which is on the longest path. Now further, we have completed activity, in progress activity and not started activity. So completed activity, now we cannot witness from here, because the issue is that my schedule don't have any updates at the moment. Means the schedule is ready, but I did not start to update or actualize any activity at the moment, so I cannot witness the completed activity. But and if I want to see the in progress activities, by clicking apply, all the activities will disappear because there is no activity which is in progress. And similarly, if you want to see the completed activity, by clicking apply, there will be no activity because there is no such activity which is completed and there is no such activity which is in progress. But if you want to see longest, we discuss milestone. If you want to see the milestone, by clicking milestone and apply, see now start and finish milestone will appear. Negative plot, if you want to see I will remove all the other. And here if you see, any selected filter is selected. Now if you want to see two things, all selected filter, I will remove here first negative plot, and now I want to see the critical activity and in progress, or sorry, I can select milestone. Now here we have all selected filters. So means my Primavera will give us the summary for all the activities for which the filters satisfy, for which the activities satisfy all the filters. So by clicking apply now, see now we have start and finish milestone, because these activities both are milestone. And if you see here, these both are on the critical path. If I remove this milestone and if I click apply, now see start milestone is on the critical path, finish milestone is also on the critical path. And if you want to summarize the activity, for which if you are applying multiple filters, but if you want to summarize the activity which satisfy only one condition and one filter, it should appear. So you can select any selected filter and by clicking apply, see now if the activity is in progress or it is critical, it should display here. So these are all the activities which is critical and we don't have any activity in progress. Or one thing more you can do, not started, or here we have non-critical. So if you see here, now we have here activity, the filter selected as critical and non-critical. Now if I want to apply this filter, these two filters, and my filter here is any selected filter. Now if I want to apply this filter, by clicking applying, see now all the activities are displayed here, because we have two conditions now. One is critical activities, which is all the activities having red color in the Gantt chart, and other is not non-critical activity, which is the activities which are in green color. Now what I will do, I will click here all selected filter. So now I want to show all the activities which is critical and non-critical. So if I click apply, what will happen? Nothing will appear, because there is no such activity which satisfy both these conditions. Now I will click all the activities and by clicking apply, OK. Next. OK, so this we discussed that these are the default filters in Primavera P6 which you can use. The important are critical and longest path. Okay, here one option more which we forget to discuss. We see here in Primavera, by clicking filter, if I want to summarize all the activities which is in critical path, I'll click this check mark. Here we have replaced the activity shown in the current layout. So what it will do, by selecting this option and by clicking apply, it will show you only the activities which is critical. But if I change this option to the highlight activities in the current layout which match the criteria, what I will do, filter all activities apply, and now what I will do, click critical and only highlight, and now click apply. See now, this is complete our schedule, and we have the highlighted only the critical activities. So any of the option you can select to view the summary, but the best option is the first one, because it will give you only the activities which is on the critical path. Apply, OK. Okay, now we have some user defined filters also, which the user means, if any user, if he want to define his own filters, so these filters can be used. So first of all, we have look ahead. So for the look ahead is actually, for example, if you are updating the program at any stage, someone asks you to submit the look ahead program for 2 weeks or for 1 month, what it will represent, it will show all the activities which will start in the next 1 month. So the look ahead program is actually the criteria or the requirement from the consultant and from the client side, which you should have to submit with your monthly or weekly reports. So here I have some photographs. I don't know whether it is clearly visible or not, but here we have a summary of 2 week look ahead program. So here what I did, where start is within range of data date plus 2 weeks and activity status equal to in progress. So if you want to create a look ahead program, so what I will do, I will go to filter and look ahead program, we will look ahead filter we will apply on the updated program. So means any program for which you want to create a look ahead program, if you have the updated program, you can submit the look ahead from the updated program, because it will give you the correct information based on your site condition, because you are updating the program, and once you are getting the update from the site, based on this your program and the critical path will be readjusted, and the look ahead program will give you the correct idea that in the next month what are the activity they should be started or should be completed. So now what I will do, I will click here new. So by clicking new here, first of all, what the Primavera will ask, it will ask the filter name. So I will write here 2 week look ahead. Now I will start define here my criteria. So I will select here start equal to data date, and is within the range of data date and data date plus 2W. So what I did here, that my start should be from the data date, and the high value will be data date plus 2 week. And now I will add here, similarly as we discussed before, in all selected filter and any selected filter, all selected filter all the filters should satisfy the criteria, and in any selected filter, any filter, if the activity satisfy any filter, it will be displayed. Similarly here we have two options, one is and one is or. So for the and, if you are using the and, so the condition then should satisfy, the activity should satisfy both the condition, otherwise it will not be displayed. So now I'm using here and I'll write here status, activity status. So here activity status equal, now we have completed. So what we can do, we want to keep all the activities which is in progress and which is not started, but we want to remove all the activity which is completed. So what we will do, not equal to completed. So we want to show all the activities which is starting from data date plus 2 weeks, and activity status, the status of the activity is not equal to completed. So and the condition here we are using is and means all the activities which satisfy both these conditions should be displayed. And now I will click OK. So see, now this filter is here in our user defined field, and now what I will do, I will click apply. So now we have the data date is 14, and if you see up to 4 November, it give us the filter of all those activity which is starting on next 2 weeks. Next is we have for the monthly. So if you want to modify this 2 week look ahead to the monthly look ahead, what we will do, we can select this filter and we will go to modify, and now if you want to convert this to monthly look ahead, what I will do, I will click I will write here monthly look ahead, and what I will do here now, data date plus 1 month, and similarly activity status not equal to completed, and I will click here OK. So now this filter is modified. Now I'll click apply, and by clicking OK, now this is the summary of the program for the all the activities which will start in next 1 month, and all the activities except all the activity which is completed or which will start later than 1 month. Okay, activity without predecessor and successor. So if you want to see, if you want to check your schedule, that whether you have the activities which for which you, if you don't have the successor or predecessor, which is important in the schedule, you should have for all the activities predecessor and successor except the start milestone and finish milestone. So now what we will do, we will go to filters, and I will click here all the activities, and I will click apply. Now I will click here new, and here I will write the name is predecessor, so PRE and SUC. Okay, now activity type not equal to finish milestone. I will copy and I will paste here, and activity type is not equal to finish milestone and start milestone. So here we want to see all the activities for which we don't have the successor and predecessor, but we want to remove the start and finish milestone. So here what we will do, where activity type is not equal to finish milestone and activity type is not equal to start milestone, then I will click add, and I will create here one another stage, any of the following, and now I will click add. Here I will write the successor equal and add predecessor equal. So here I am using, or if the condition satisfy the successor or predecessor, it should be displayed here. This is actually this criteria is actually the sub criteria of any of the following. So what the Primavera will do, Primavera will compare this criteria 1 which is not equal to finish milestone, criteria 2 which is not equal to start milestone, and the third criteria is successor and predecessor. So for this, Primavera will filter out all the activities which satisfy all these three criteria. But inside the third criteria, we have a flexibility of OR. So the third condition will filter out all the activities for which we don't have the successor and predecessor. But in between these three, what the P6 will do, P6 will filter out all the activities which satisfy criteria 1, criteria 2, and the combination of this criteria 3. So now if I click here OK and apply, and by clicking OK, now see these are the two activities for which either we don't have the successor or predecessor. If you see here, for these two activities we don't have the successor, and the start and finish milestone as we discussed is missing here. Okay, next is actual start and finish date check. So when you start updating your program, sometime I will click here filter all the activities, apply, OK, and now if I see here by clicking F9, see the data date which I keep here for this schedule is 14 October. So if I start updating any of the activity in this program, for example, what I will do, I will start updating one activity, start milestone here. I will start this activity not on 14, instead of 14 I will start this activity on 15, select, and as it is start milestone it will finish automatically. And now I will start the other activity. I will click here start, and I want to keep this actual start for this activity as 16, select, and I want to keep the percentage duration percent. Here we are keeping duration percent complete, I want to keep as 50. Now what I will do, I will run the program again by clicking F9, and I will schedule this program on 14, and I actualize the activity A on 16 and start milestone on 15. Now I will schedule the program. So now if I want to check, because if you are submitting the program, so your activity should not exceed the data date. Means if you want to keep the cutoff date, here we keep the cutoff date as 14 October, but we are actualizing the activity on 16, which is wrong. Means you are submitting a report from to your client or to your engineer by keeping the cutoff date as 14, but you are actualizing some activities on 15 and some activities on 16, which is wrong. So to check these things, what you will do, you have to check the actual start and finish date. So what we will do, we'll go to filters, and here we will define one new filter. Here I will write the name of the filter is date check, and here where actual start, I'll search here actual start. First I will search actual start is greater than or equal to data date. Here I will select here data date because this is our cutoff date. I will copy and paste, and now I'll change this to actual finish. So actual finish, I'll search here actual finish. So, and for the activity, if I apply this with and, what will be the result? There will be nothing will be appear because both condition will not be satisfied here. But let us try this by clicking OK, and now I will click apply here. So here only start activities appear because this activity is start milestone and it is finished on 15. Similarly, it is start on 15 also. But we have another activity which is started on 16, which is disappear here. So what we will do, you have to keep here the condition as any of the following, and now if you click here OK and apply and OK. So now see here, if both the condition activity A is satisfying only one condition, which is actual start, but the activity is not finished. But if you see here, the activity start milestone is satisfying both because it is start milestone and it's finished on the same date, same start date. So you should have to take care of the criteria which you are defining here. These or and end is very important by defining any filter. Now I'll click all activity, apply and OK. Okay. Next we have and or in a single filter. So this was discussed before. So no need to discuss. In a single filter you can use and or condition. This was discussed already. So the and condition between these three will be that this criteria means the activity type should be start or finish milestone, and the start is greater than 31st December and the activity should not be equal to completed. So all the milestone which is starting after 31st December and for which the status is not completed should be appear here. So or condition we can use with the combination of and. Okay, now filter can be used in activity window to display specific information. This we discussed. Similarly, it can be used in the resource assignment window to check the summary of the assigned resources as per your requirement. It can be used in the resource assignment window here, but as we did not discuss up to now the resource assignment window, this is actually the resource assignment window. So if you go to the resource window, these are the resources assigned to this project. So if you want to apply any filter here, you can apply the filter here in the resource window also, but this resource assignment portion we will discuss later on. It's just an information, so you can keep in mind this, that the filter can be used in the resources assignment window also. We can filter activity according to the activity codes, and we can use the activity codes also in the filter, but as we did not study at the moment the activities codes also, so this portion we will discuss at the time of activity codes.